Hey everyone, my name is Tristan. This is my first attempt at a video blog, so we'll see how this goes. So like I said, my name is Tristan. I'm 25. I live in Halifax. Not too terribly interesting. Do some acting, some writing, that kind of stuff. So I figure I'd try to talk about something. Guess maybe talk about writing. I did Yuletide Exchange this year. It's yuletidetreasure.org. It's a small fandom exchange. It's really kind of interesting there. People nominate, small little obscure things. There's, old series, new series no one's heard of. Probably the only year that, Merlin will probably actually be on this list for it. So some really good Merlin fics written. It was the new BBC show this past fall. Really good stuff with that. I ended up writing, actually. See, the thing with Yuletide is that there's actually a lot of RPF fandoms for it as well. RPF, for those who don't know, is real person fiction. People writing fan fiction not about, characters in Harry Potter or on Buffy, but actually taking real people and writing stories about them, often in sexual situations, because what else is fandom for? Real person fic. I ended up writing actually myself. I was completely surprised. Put it on my list of fandoms I can write on a complete whim. Ended up writing High School Musical RPF. Zac Efron, who in the movies plays Troy Bolton, who's the lead, and Lucas Grabeel, who in the movies plays Ryan Evans, who is the gayest little gay boy who ever gayly gayed this out of Gaysville. Yeah. So I ended up writing Lucas and Zac together. It was a really kind of interesting fic called So Much to Learn. The first time really writing RPF since I was a little, stereotypical gay boy in my early teens, in the late 90s. I was a very, very little gay boy. Not a whole lot has changed. Wrote that So Much to Learn. Also ended up pinch hitting, which is when someone's assigned writer has dropped out for whatever reason. The request goes back onto this list. People can, pick, hey, I want to write for this person. So ended up writing for that. Wrote a Young Wizards fic. It's a novel series by Diane Duane. Young Wizards, it's technically young adult fantasy, but it's one of the best series I've actually read. I love the series, probably my favorite series of books. And I wrote a fic for that called 1310 to Tarvek. The title's reference to 310 to Yuma, obviously. It was kind of a busman's holiday kind of story where they go off on vacation and then they end having to work. Similar plot actually to one of the books, although the problems are completely different. It's really different kind of setup. And got good response to both. Some good ideas, really, for both of those. Apparently the RPF one was really hot, and the Young Wizards one was actually Gen fic. No real relationships there at all, and people said, really nice expansion on the universe. So happy with that. It really kind of got me back into writing, which is good. I hadn't really been doing much writing at all for the last couple of years. I tried to do NaNoWriMo again this past year in November. It's National Novel Writing Month. 50,000 words in 30 days. Again, tried for the 5th or 6th time, still didn't manage it. But, I keep trying. We'll see what happens. Eventually I'll hit that. And, still managed with 18,000 words, which is a personal best for Nano, and second best for longest story ever. My best is, it was for the Supernatural Big Bang, the first year that he did that a couple years ago. It's about just over 20,000 words for that. So yeah, my Nano this year, personal best for Nano, second best altogether. Not bad. And, in fact, I'm doing actually 3 Big Bangs now this spring. Supernatural one again, so 20,000 words for that. And then the cool thing with the Big Bangs is that they actually pair you with an artist, so that, you sign up, you write 20,000 words for the first draft, for the first deadline, at which point, there's a synopsis of the story, and an artist, says, hey, no names put up for this, like, just lists of synopses put up for different stories that have complete first drafts, and artists will say, hey, I like this synopsis, I want to to do art, or, a vid, or a soundtrack or something for this person. So then the mods of the challenge, go and say, hey, you want to write for this, and oh, hey, so here you two, this is the author of the story you picked without knowing who the author was, and here you two talk, and here's the full story, and have fun. Kind of doing that. Because it's not enough for Supernatural again this year. First time I wrote, it was Sam Solo, Sam Dean, Sam Jess, and Sam Justine. All in the same story, which is kind of interesting. My first time really kind of dealing with that. But again, good response to that. Not a whole lot of response, but definitely good response to that. With a challenge that size, you're getting, I don't know how many there were that year, but there was certainly a lot of stories, even the first year. Long stories, each at least 20,000 words. It's impossible pretty much to read them all. But no, it went really, really well there. and this year I'm going probably not Gen, but it's certainly not going to be as heavily focused on the relationship as my first Big Bang with Supernatural. Dealing with season 4 stuff, I'm not going to talk about it a whole lot because probably people who haven't seen it, don't want to get spoiled and whatever. But yes, some season 4 stuff there. I'm also signed up for the TARDIS Big Bang. It's Doctor Who, writing for New Who for that. Kind of the whole expanded universe dealing with Torchwood and Sarah Jane Adventures. The Doctor himself probably actually isn't going to show up in this. It's all the Torchwood and Jack Harkness, and then Donna and Sarah Jane comes in, and there's lots of Martha too. Love Martha. And yeah, I'm writing for that. It's post Journey's End, so kind of all dealing with the repercussions of that, the season 4 Doctor Who finale. Yeah, should be interesting there. Actually, it's based on one part of 9 Ways That Donna Noble Had a Fantastic Life, which was written by a friend of mine, Butterfly Kiki. It's Butterflykiki on LiveJournal. It's like I said, 9 different ways Donna Noble had a fantastic life. It's post-app fic, reaction fic to Journey's End, like I said, same kind of idea. I'm taking one of them, and with full permission, because she's a friend of mine, we're going into this full knowledge of what's going on, taking, one of her parts, and going with it, and running, and going completely mad on it. Like, her first one's, not all the long, it's a fairly short story. And then I'm taking it and turning it into this, at least 20,000 word epic. So we'll see what happens there. Should be a lot of fun there. And I'm also doing the Little Bang. It's not quite so much as the Big Bang's challenges. It's 15,000 words minimum, as opposed to the 20,000. And it's all Femslash. It's not dedicated to a single fandom like most of them. This one is, any fandom kind of thing you want. I'm writing Merlin. Like I said, the new BBC show that was, this past fall. Writing Gwen Morgana for that. Should be really interesting. My first time really ever writing Femslash. There was one I started, 3-4 years ago. Never got finished. Certainly nothing ever posted for me for Femslash. But, yeah, no, should be good. I have a lot of good stuff planned for that, and really enjoying, even just the outlining stuff I'm doing now, really kind of enjoying that, and, yeah. So, I guess that's what I'm up to. Yeah, this blog will probably, be about my writing. That's what I'm talking about today. Maybe other things coming up in my life. You may hear in the background here, I'm not sure how much is coming through, but I'm actually listening to Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog, to the soundtrack to that. And that may feature some too. You may hear me singing, I don't know, I do a lot of that, and talking some of my writing. Maybe I'll read parts of stories I'm writing, give you dramatic readings or things like that. And yeah, thanks for watching. If you want, to know more about me, or have any questions for me, have things you want to tell me, want to write horrible flaming emails about how I'm a horrible, horrible person, I should just quit and, go slip my wrists in the corner like the little emo kid I am or something. Yeah, no, yeah, email is that way, yes. It's hard to tell with this, it's mirroring weirdly. Anyway, yeah, email is right over here in the info. It's in the Afterlight at gmail.com. That's in the afterlight at gmail.com. As well as my live streams, to be right below that is the Afterlight, the dash Afterlight, well, the underscore, but, the dash Afterlight.livejournal.com. And yeah, check me out, see it's up, and yeah. Bye.